Welcome to ToxicGivens.com. Now in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the PlotWatcher Pro. Now, Rich and the guys at Day 6 Outdoors sent me the brand new camera. It's version 2. And they call it the PlotWatcher Pro series. Okay. About a year ago, they sent me some more. They sent me 2 of the original PlotWatcher cameras. Now, I'd only heard of Time-Lapse when with an expensive camera, a $600 camera. That's the only time I heard of any cameras with time-lapse, and I've never had any experience with it. Well, Rich sent me a couple of these, and I started playing with it, and boy, this time-lapse, I was just really knocked back. And I've shot a few videos, showed you how I used them and stuff like that, especially turkey hunting. And if you got this big food plot and you need to know where the deer are, we got a big power line, so we use it to see where the deer are coming across our power line so we can set our stands. But anyway, like I said, last year was really the first year we introduced ourselves to this time-lapse camera. Now, some of the new trail cameras I bought, they have time-lapse built in, but they can't last like this one right here. Nah, they just can't last like this one right here. So, last year's version, it worked great, but I had some problems with it. And when I say problems, it really wasn't to do with the camera. It was just lack of functionality. The first one is I like to take the pictures during the daylight hours every 10 seconds. And if you do that, then it lasts anywhere from 6 to 7 days on batteries, and then it'd be dead. Well, Rich and the boys hit it out of the park. Now they're claiming you can do 1 million images, which is almost up to 4 months. And they claim, they've got disclaimers, that's every 2 seconds for a 72-degree day. So 4 months, even if, 4 months, that's ridiculous, every 2 seconds. So so it really comes down to how big a memory card you can put in there. But, man, 4 months. I don't think I'd have mine out for no 4 months. But anyway, so definitely going to be able to put a camera out and pick it up in 2 or 3 weeks instead of 7 days and not have to worry about the battery life. So that's the first improvement. They knocked it out of the park. And the next one is you had to have USB sticks for the last one, and now they've got SD cards, which are a lot cheaper, a lot easier to use. And this one will hold up to this one will hold up to 64 gigabytes of storage. Whoa. The next one is they've got some locking brackets to be able to run a Python cable or a chain with a regular cable and lock. And that was another thing. I couldn't secure my cameras. And where I hunt in Middle Georgia, my cameras like to sprout legs and walk off from time to time if you don't lock them up. And the next thing is when the first version, you had to program it on the USB stick, or you had to do some dip switches. If you wanted to do some custom programming, it was a little bit harder to do. But this one, they've got the buttons down here, and they got a viewing screen. So you didn't have a viewing screen before. So now you can check all your settings and all that. You don't have to put your USB stick in and check in the computer. So, so basically, all my complaints about version 1 of this camera, of the PlotWatcher camera, Rich and them went out and they fixed those problems and or not really problems, but just gave them those advanced features. And some of them, I mean, I would have never asked for 4 months. A month would have been fine with me to be able to buy another one of these cameras. But, man, it's just amazing what this camera can do. And if you've never used time-lapse camera, you ought to get you one and try. Because, I've sat in observation stands and you sit there and you glass and stuff like that. But when you put one of these out and you have it running all the time down a long power line or a big food plot, and you can see the deer come out, or you can see where the turkeys are gathering, or you can determine what kind of pattern, then you can set up on that game according to that pattern. Now, this is not a trail camera. This is a time-lapse camera. It's a big difference. I've actually used this one. I've actually used these right above my trail camera. I've used both of them at the same time at the same location. But when it comes to time-lapse, there's no better camera than this. Now, I'm going to show you some test videos. I'm about to put this one out into the field and run some tests, but it's going to take a few weeks before I come back and do a part 2 of this video. Let me go ahead and pull it out. kind of a unboxing. So there you go. You see it. It's a really nice package. I don't have my other versions are out in the field. I don't have them right there. So you got a place for a cable to lock and secure it. You got a strap instead of a bungee cord this year. That was another big difference. And these buttons are sealed tight. I like that a lot better. Man, it's just well made. Real well made. Your card slots in the inside. I'm just excited about Rich sending me one. I love my other ones. My biggest complaint is the 7 days. But now, man, I'm gonna test this one out and try it out and get back with you. And I'm probably gonna be wanting some more of these because there's certain times you need to know that time lapse on that trail or on that food plot or on that right of way, stuff like that. So stay tuned as I test the old PlotWatcher Pro out, and I'll get back to you with my results. And I look forward to it. So thanks for watching ToxicGivens.com. This video is going to be on there, and we'll go from there. And this is the part 1, and I'll come back with some samples and tell you my follow-up of all their specs and stuff, and tell you what I think if they fulfilled my request that I had before, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, and tune in for more.